Hello, Parkway parents. Hi, I'm Beth Dania. I am your child's art teacher. I am working with first grade for the start of the school year. Whether they are learning virtually or here at school, they will get the same art education. If you ever have any questions, feel free to contact me anytime. So I'm a visual type of person, so I'm going to show you more than talk at you. So whether they're getting, like I said, a virtual art education or one here at school, it's going to be the same. We're starting off this year with learning about all the different elements of art. I started with your child self-portrait with a mask and without a mask. I used my favorite art teacher, Cassie Stevens, to get started with this project. She's a blast, and your kid will see that teacher often. So we'll be doing a lot of different types of things this year in first grade. The main thing that I will be definitely working with are the elements of art. We'll always be talking about line, color, texture, shape, value, space, and form. I teach this through the habits of art with my groupies. Each groupie is a different habit. DC is developing craft. Priscilla was the art groupie that we started with this year because I don't want them to ever give up. So Priscilla is persisting Priscilla. Roz is another artist that we have worked with this year. Her name is Roz. Reflecting with Roz. We want to see how we can make things better before we start perhaps gluing something down. We want to move the shapes around and get a better idea of how it looks. Stretch, he's all about learning from our mistakes and trying new things. Observant Owen, to become a great artist, you need to really look at things and be like that little ant walking across a piece of artwork and noticing everything. Wanda, she's all about understanding that there's more to art than just creating. Expressive Edward, we try to express ourselves here at Parkway through personal meanings. The kids will then have a more, they can identify with it more so if it has a personal connection to them. And then Envision with Elvis. Many times I will have them do a little sketch first. So we envision with Elvis by imagining that there's more than just one way of creating things. So we try to create a plan. I do a lot of teaching through the famous artists. We've touched on Piet Mondrian, an abstract artist, using primary colors and different types of lines, vertical and horizontal. We also have talked about the famous artist Wassily Kandinsky, and the students created concentric circles and a beautiful collage, and we really talked about Roz and reflecting and deciding on where to place our circles and what colors to put them on. So I really try to use those habits of art quite often. The next artist that we were speaking with is Matisse. Matisse did several types of art. The first one we started is another type of collage, but this time we used organic shapes instead of geometric shapes like Kandinsky and Piet Mondrian used. We're also learning about artists and art through books. Many times I will pick books that have stories about an artist, or the illustrator themselves will become the famous artist that we learn from. Matisse also did beautiful paintings besides cutting out and creating collages. The painting that we'll be working with now is Goldfish, We talked about shapes with our abstract artists. Now we're going to take those shapes and create a picture. When I show them what we're going to work on, it's a little overwhelming. So we break it down into simple shapes together and do the project together. And it creates a beautiful piece with simple shapes, but doing steps, slow steps to create art. We'll also be using lots of different materials, and if your child is learning from home and they don't have specific materials, I'll work with them and talk to them about what they can use. What maybe instead of watercolor paints, you could use food coloring. So there's always options, not to worry. I'm also going to now show you my Google Classroom, so you know where to navigate and how to find my different videos and what I am expecting of your child. So I'm going to come up here and go on to our Google Classroom. If you're in Miss Remet's virtual class, I post on her page. I will post the videos, and you can also find the videos on the classwork page under art class. So I will have the videos. Right now we're doing Modrian if you're at home, and it will give you the written lesson as well as the video. I also have my own Google Classroom, which if you're not in Miss Remet's class, in my classroom, you'll find a lot of videos. So I will also post things here for the students to do on my stream page. But if you go to the classwork page, you will see lots of videos that the kids from last year did, as well as the new ones for this year. I will always put which video they're working on. So for example, the Modrian video will be on here as well. And it also has the written part of the lesson as well as having the video. So whenever you have any questions, if it isn't answered on my Google Classroom, you can also feel free to email me. My email address is bdania@mtlaurelschools.org. So any questions, please don't hesitate to call, email me. I'm here to help, and I just want your child to have success in art. They're going to make mistakes, and that's why pencils have erasers on the ends of them. I tell them that all the time. What I'm trying to get them to do is not to give up and to erase that mistake and start again and finish a piece of artwork. And a fully finished piece of artwork is something that is completely filled in. That's what I'm trying to focus on, as well as the elements of art and the habits of the studio. So I hope this clears some things up, answers any questions you have. And again, really excited about teaching your students art, and we'll be using lots of different things to teach them different skills, different techniques, and different forms of art. So again, any questions? Don't hesitate to email me. Thanks for stopping by.